begins now.
Yeah, it's very painful, you know. It's right now, you know, we don't have nowhere to stay.
These are people, and these are people that have worked very hard for what they have.
It's an emotional day for residents in this flood-ravaged neighborhood as the recovery process continues. Everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kati Uriarte. Joe has the night off. After 200 homes were flooded Sunday night, the mayor of Corpus Christi declared the area near Saratoga and Greenwood a local disaster and has asked for state assistance. Today, local, state, and federal representatives did just that. The latest on the recovery is first at 10.
To think that at the moment it's time that would be seen on the streets to be picked up by dump trucks. It's a realization coming out here to see it firsthand. It's heart-wrenching.
That's State Representative Abel Herrero. He was one of the many officials touring the flood-ravaged area today to see if it qualifies for emergency funding. Meanwhile, numerous residents watched on as their walls were torn down and wet insulation removed. All the homes in the area must undergo the same heartbreaking process.
Our phones are ringing pretty much off the hook, coming from the homeowners themselves, coming from the insurance companies, and we're just getting through them as quick as we can.
Tapia says the cleanup process can take anywhere from 7 days to a couple of weeks. And whenever people are down and out, police say there are always criminals ready to take advantage. And that's why police are stepping up patrols in the damaged area. Residents say that since the flooding, they've had suspicious people come by and offer to help. Now, legitimate help is welcomed, of course, but officials say scammers always come out to make a quick buck off disaster victims. Today, police officers patrolled this flood-damaged area near Greenwood, and they handed out brochures that explained how residents can protect themselves from getting ripped off.
Those scam artists are always eager to capitalize on the people that have this kind of misfortune.
One came by saying that he was wanted to look inside our house to see the damages. I don't want nobody to look inside my house, see what I got.
That's right, and some of the tips residents are getting include always check with your insurance agent before someone helps you. Also, if you decide to hire someone, never pay them 100% up front. Police will keep patrolling the area, saying they have zero tolerance for scammers. And city workers are lending a helping hand to the nonprofit Catholic Charities to find out what flood victims need most. Workers asking residents if they need food, clothing, financial assistance, or transportation. Also, if they need help with cleaning flood-damaged areas, or if they lost any medical supplies in the flooding. One of the survey takers says residents expressed frustration with the disaster, but most still have a good attitude.
I've been really impressed with the way that neighbors are helping each other, and also family members have come in from other cities and are assisting.
All the information collected will go to Catholic Charities, who will then dispatch volunteers to help meet the needs of that community. For a complete database of numbers to call to help out, you can check out our website at KIIITV.com, or if you are a flood victim in need of assistance, all you have to do is call 211. We've got a story now about the gang problem here in Corpus Christi. It's a story that has been told countless times over the years, but there's renewed hope tonight that a program will actually reach out and touch lives. Our Dave Johnson joins us now with the details. Dave.
Well, there's a big emphasis, Scotty, on that word that you just used, hope. At a meeting this evening over at Del Mar College, we once again heard the numbing statistics. 200+ street gangs identified in the city since 1992. 120 gunfire incidents last year alone, 29 drive-by shootings so far this year, and this one, 3,624 known gang members in this city. That is why organizers of this summit, called Operation Right Track, are reaching out in a different direction. You see, this was a faith-based summit. It's believed to be one of the first of its kind in the nation, as law enforcement is reaching out to faith-based institutions and organizations in our city to use God to help gang members reach a more stable lifestyle. Corpus Christi Police Captain Todd Green said it succinctly that we simply cannot arrest our way out of this problem.
There's so many outstanding groups out here that can offer help and are offering help, but they just need to come together. And many of them already have to some extent, but that's the whole point of this meeting tonight, is to bring them together and let these different groups partnership and find out what other churches are doing, what other faith-based groups are doing. And there may be something out there that we're not even aware of that's very successful.
Well, the group also heard from a former gang member originally from Dallas, now one of the leaders at Bay Area Fellowship here in Corpus Christi. Mark Marquez told of his younger years running with the wrong crowd and how God helped him escape.
I have scars on my face for being held at gunpoint, nearly killed on three different occasions. Multiple things where, I mean, it would take all night if I talked through each one of those, where God was just screaming at me, but I didn't understand. Fast forward a few years, I realized at that point, I was like, that's it, I'm done. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to do this. And so I said, let me just change my life and I'm going to go get a job.
Well, we've seen a lot of these summits over the years, but this one was the largest one I've ever seen. The auditorium was literally overflowing as hundreds of people listened to what authorities called a new beginning. KIII was one of the sponsors of this faith-based summit, which organizers say will not end tonight. Tonight, they promise, is only the beginning.
Sure. An incredible sense of hope from this crowd.
What they're hoping is that folks like Mark will lead on to other people, seeing his example and go, well, maybe this is not such a good idea after all.
Oh, let's hope it works.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Well, it was a week ago today that a huge explosion and fire rocked the Corpus Christi beach area. Flames could be seen for miles as the Aquarium Inn on North Shoreline went up in flames. Today, a group of experts, including a state fire marshal and insurance representatives, were at the scene to start their investigation. What they know so far is what didn't cause the fire. They don't believe illegal activity or arson are to blame. Instead, all fingers still point to a natural gas accident. Even still, there are more questions than answers.
We haven't been able to determine the cause of it, the source of where this gas came from, whether it was some equipment failure or any type of supplies like that. We're hoping to take the scene apart and get to the bottom and actually determine where it came from, what the cause was.
Using heavy equipment, they will begin to take the scene apart this coming Monday, hoping to find out exactly what went wrong. It's amazing the lengths that someone will go to hide from the law. Corpus Christi police say 28-year-old Matthew Garcia actually pretended to be asleep to avoid a DWI. About 2:30 yesterday afternoon, Garcia was involved in an accident at the intersection of Airline and Williams. But before police got there, Garcia ran. Little did he know that some witnesses followed him to his apartment. That's where police found Garcia in his apartment pretending to be asleep. Garcia was given a field sobriety test and a blood sample was taken, and he was charged with a DWI.